Salutations! Today I'm going to be going over my favorite Pokemon, based on design, lore, memes, of course. Because we are the Quagsire crew at this point. We're going to start off with Gen 1, which, personally, don't hate me, not my favorite generation. Please. Although, I will go through it nonetheless. So, starting off, I like the little purple blob. Ditto's pretty funny, right? Fire types, I know it's basic, but Charizard. I mean, it's a cool looking dragon, even though he's not dragon type and makes 0 sense. Water, let me tap on, oh. That was weird. For me it's gotta be the Slowbro, you know? Slowbro's awesome. He's very funny. I'm not liking any of these grass starters, personally. But of the choices, maybe Bulbasaur? Yeah. Electric types gotta be Zapdos. He's the coolest of the birds, even if he looks weird and spiky. I have always enjoyed Cloyster's design. I think it's pretty cool, you know? I don't know if anyone else has that opinion, because I don't think many people do, but he's a guy in a shell. What can I say? Fighting types? I mean, while Machoke is just a man, and this is a bigger man, they're all just humans, except for the monkeys and the weird frogman, so I guess I'll just go Machamp, because none of them are really that amazing, I think. Poison type, whoa, there are a lot in Gen 1, holy, that was way more than I thought there would be. Because I know there's not many ghost types in Gen 1, I'm gonna go with poison types. I don't know, Nidoking's cool, right? Kids these days still think Nidoking is cool, right? Right? I mean, he is abnormally small from what I have seen. Of these guys, Rhydon and Rhyhorn's names are hilarious, but the classic Diglett, for 0 reason whatsoever, is my choice. Of the flying types in this region, I gotta go with the wait, actually, hang on. I have to pad this out so that I don't have repeats, because I have Dragon over here, and I'm really not wanting to have a repeat. I don't know how many, there are 3 dragon types in this region, right? Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite. That's it? That sounds like it. Of the flying types that are not Dragonite, I like Aerodactyl, because he is a big board. Psychic types, I would choose Mr. Mime, or Slowbro, I guess also. But I really like the design for both Mewtwo and Mew, and my preference for them is Mewtwo, because of my playthroughs, as I have used Mewtwo in many of them. Bug types, they're far less than I mean, they're far more than I thought there would be, but I gotta go Scizor, right? Scyther. This one's Scyther, the other one's Scizor. And the other one is Cleaver. Okay, moving on, rock types. These are like all fossil, aren't they? I think that in total, Kabutops is very clearly the best of the fossil Pokemon that before like all the other ones were introduced. But ghost type, Gengar, no questions. Dragon type, Dragonite. Dark type, there were none, so missing go. Steel type, these were not steel type in Gen 1, but Magneton, it's just more of Magnemite, so why wouldn't I like it more? Fairy type, Mr. Mime, guaranteed. Just choosing it, not thinking about it. And while I do have Pokemon Yellow, and it is a game that I've played through many times, I do have to go with Charizard on this one. I know it's basic, I don't really care, he looks awesome. Of the Mega forms, I really am prone to like Mega Slowbro or Mega Mewtwo X. I know that neither of them are that great, but their designs are really funny and cool. So I'm gonna go with Mewtwo because I think it's just a slight bit better. And of the legendaries, because I've chosen Mewtwo for most of them, I do think I should give Mew some love since I love Mew. You know, it's funny. Laugh. Okay. And don't forget to subscribe while we're doing this, because I try to post content like this all the time. Of all of these Pokemon, I think my favorite is technically Mega Mewtwo, but because it wasn't introduced in Gen 1, I'll keep it fair and go with Slowbro if my thing stops glitching. So we are on to Johto, which has way less Pokemon than I remember it having. It has like 80 something. Way less than 151, so I guess that's fine. Of these guys, despite how annoying Blissey was in my playthrough of XD, I still like it more because I have a shiny Blissey in Pokemon Go. Of the fire types, Typhlosion's fine. That's about it. Houndour's fine, but like, Ho-Oh? A big fiery chicken? Better than Moltres? Objectively. Water types, I would choose Slowking, but my overall favorite Pokemon is here, or at least probably one of my favorite Pokemon, Quagsire. We are the League of Quag, here to decide your fate. As many of you people who show up for the streams, or have been watching this channel for a while, I love Quag. Quagsire is awesome. Of the grass starters, I don't really care about any of these guys, so I'll just choose Celebi, because legendary equal okay. Ampharos was super helpful in Pokemon XD, so I am going to choose him over all of the other electric types. Ice types, I love Sneasel, but Weavile is really the only reason I like Sneasel, and therefore Delibird, because he's a Santa Claus, before Santa Claus. This is another bug type, and while... Okay, never mind. Yeah, let me just choose him here, because the other two kind of stink. Of these guys, let's see. I must now calculate what I want to do. I think it's just going to be Crobat. Because, like, I don't have a Crobat, but his design is so funny. I'm not going to choose Quagsire again, even though I should. I will choose not Pupitar, because it looks weird, but Larvitar, because it's just a smaller Tyranitar. Flying type, I've already chosen most of these actually, but I will go with Lugia, I believe, because I like Lugia. Wait, am I forgetting something? No. Wait, where's Togepi? Am I stupid? Is Togepi not Gen 2? Am I blind? Because Togepi's another one of my favorite Pokemon, but he's not here. Is he not normal type? Maybe he's just fairy. I don't actually know. The fact that I don't know is probably not a good thing. Flying type gotta be Lugia. I like Lugia. Of the psychic types, I would go Lugia, but Wobbuffet, he's funny and horribly annoying to deal with. For the bug type, Scizor's design is so cool. I cannot explain to you how cool it was when I first saw this Pokemon. I never played through a Johto game, I think, ever in my life, unless you want to count Coliseum, even though it was after Hoenn. It's super cool looking. It looks dope. Tyranitar. T-Tar is so cool. Which one to pick? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Mischievous. Dragon type. Okay, the joke's less funny now. Dark type. I don't know where Weavile is. I guess it wasn't this gen, but Umbreon, he was very helpful during my playthrough of XD also. I'm very biased to my playthrough Pokemon. Very, very biased. Of them here, I mean, Skarmory was annoying to get in Coliseum, and therefore no. So I'm gonna go Steelix, because he is just Onix, but spiky. Oh, here, Togepi. He's a cute little egg. Probably one of the only baby Pokemon I think should exist. Okay, starter. Of the three, I like Feraligator's design the most. I think that one looks silly because it just looks like he has scissors, which actually is really funny with his name, but moving on. T-Tar's gets more spiky, his is diamonds, and the other ones kind of suck. So, spiky? I don't know. Spiky. Instead of Mikey, it's Spiky, because I watch him in JTP. Of the legends, I am partial to Suicune because of my playthrough, and I didn't put him in water or ice because, like, Delibird, Quag. Wait, can you guys see if I do that? Here. No, I don't think you can. Okay, that's interesting. Sorry, just messing around. Alright, so I think of the legends, I do like Lugia the most. My favorite out of this whole region has to be Quag. If I'm being entirely honest, my old, like, favorite Pokemon, like, pretty much last year was Togepi. But, the Quag! You gotta respect the Quag. Alright, so we're on to Hoenn, one of the best regions, like, ever. They had some great Pokemon. And for the normal types, Kecleon, I think, has an interesting idea of just being broken and defeating Ash. Does anyone remember that? Because I do. Anyway, fire types, Blaziken's really cool. But of them, my favorite starter ever, also a grass or water ground type, just like the Quag, Mudkip. I like Swampert too. Mega Swampert's pretty cool. Which is actually why, stay tuned for when we get 100 subscribers, I will do a playthrough of Omega Ruby, where I get a shiny Mudkip. I will have to shiny hunt that, and that'll take probably a few streams, but I'm willing to do it. Of these guys, I'm not partial to Sceptile myself. I think he looks weird, very skinny for zero reason. But Lombre is really funny. He do a dance. Me doing the dance does not really encapsulate the Pokemon, but like, whatever. There are really not a lot of electric types, but I will go Plusle because I have a Pokemon card from back when I was a kid of, well, I guess I don't know if I'm a kid right now, but like, you get it. Younger me. Regice is stupid. Those are my 2 cents, except it's free. You're welcome. Glalie looks really angry in the sprite, and therefore I'm choosing him. Because, like, I could choose Spheal, who you can very clearly see over here, because it's not glitchy at all. He's a round boy. That's about it. Fighting type, Hariyama's pretty cool. You got the 3-finger hands. I am losing my mind on this video. Because I have a shiny one, Swalot. That's it. No, that's all. Now, while I did choose Mudkip to be my favorite of the water types, I will choose Swampert because he is my favorite of the ground types. Fair. Shadow Lugia just because of XD. XD is so cool. Shadow Lugia looks infinitely better than Lugia, and I already love Lugia as a Pokemon. Of the psychic types, wait, do we have any Steels in this region? Okay, so I want to save Steel for Metagross. And of the psychic types, I really love Deoxys. I know that no one else does. I love Deoxys. He's so cool. He looks amazing, especially in the speed form. Top notch. I really want to play through Hoenn and get one, which is why, another reason that I'm doing Omega Ruby. That and shiny Mudkip would be really cool to have, especially if it's a Mega. I chose Shedinja because despite how annoying in Colosseum to beat he was, I had Tyranitar with Sandstream, and his design is still very cool. Of the rock types, I'm thinking Aggron. He's a rocky thing. Ghost types, how many are there in this region? Not a lot. Dusclops desperately needed that evolution into Dusknoir, so I gotta go Sableye here, because, like, he's got an eye for only diamonds. Alright. Dragon type, Rayquaza. He's, like, such a cool looking Pokemon. And then for dark types, I do want to go with Absol because his design is cool, A. And he had lore that I forgot, of course. But I remember it being cool. Steel type, Metagross. He's my favorite pseudo-legendary. He's, like, awesome. Plus, I have a shiny one. Of these, I don't know. Gardevoir, I keep forgetting it's a fairy type. Starter, Mudkip. I like Mudkip more than Swampert because he's a good little boy. And he's got, like, the little thingies. Things. Of the Megas, technically, I would say Mega Metagross or Mega Rayquaza or Mega Swampert, but I am going to go with Metagross because, like, it looks awesome. And of the legendaries, gotta be, oh wait, I'm torn because, like, I could choose one of my favorite. I could choose Speed type, which is my favorite of the Deoxys, or I could choose Shadow Lugia. And I'm torn because I like both of them. I don't think it'll matter in the end, and because I already chose Lugia for a past one, I'm just not going to choose him again. And then favorite in general, it's going to be Mudkip. He's such a cute little boy. I like him very much. I have a soft spot for water ground types. Alright. Gen 4, oh man, we're really speeding along. I have no idea how long this video is. Hopefully I edited it down. But let's see. I think of these Pokemon, this doesn't need to exist, this doesn't need to exist, this doesn't need to exist, this doesn't need... Pretty much most of them don't need to exist, so I'll just choose Literal God. Fire types... I don't really like any of the starters for this region, like at all. So I'm just gonna go with the Heating Oven. Yeah. Gastrodon. Because, you know, another water ground type that I liked. It might just be that typing. Or it might be that Quag plus Mudkip equal cool. Eh? Eh? Plus, Gastrodon was really helpful in Legends Arceus, where I did the playthrough. So, there's that too. Of these, I liked the Shaman movie, in case anyone watched it. I don't think anyone did. It wasn't, like, great, but I liked it. It was one of my favorite of the movies. So, Shaman. I have zero clue. What is this? Electric? Pachirisu, the world champion difference. You never know. I watch a lot of world champion. There he is. There's my favorite Weavile. Wait, hang on. Let me just quickly check dark type. Oh, they have Darkrai. Great. Okay, never mind. Of these, it's either Gallade or Lucario, because, like, they're both really cool. So, I'm going to choose blindly, because I have zero idea. Yeah. Lucar. Alright, that's fine with me. That means if... Wait, how many other psychic types? Yeah, I can just do him when he shows up again. Wait, but maybe there... Hang on. I'm just gonna check. Okay, there are way more steel types. What is that, Dialga? I have never seen that in my life. Excuse-moi? Excuse me? Poison type, Krogunk. He just looks so laid back for zero reason. This is a hard one, because it's either Gliscor or Mamoswine, and I don't know which one. I think I'm going to go with Mamoswine, just because this sprite of him looks much better. Of the flying types, Togekiss, you know, he's just a flying version of Togepi, and I like Togepi. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I have not had a drink of water yet, but I am having hot cocoa soon. Probably should not have said that. Anyway. We see hot cocoa. I don't know if I can't really tip it because I don't want to spill. It's very hot, so. Moving on, we have psychic types. Of the psychic types, I could choose Gallade or Mr. Mime Jr., but because I did him so wrong earlier and chose Lucario, I'm going to choose him right now. Bug types, just because of the sound effects, whoop whoop whoop, or whatever it was. Very annoying, but I gotta choose it. What is the steel type? This guy is just a big nose. Of course I gotta choose the big nose for zero reason. Ghost type, I like the altered form of Giratina. I think it looks amazing. Some people think it looks like a worm. Those people are wrong. Even though it does kind of look like a worm. I don't know what this Giratina is, but like, it really looks cool and did I just call Dialga Giratina? I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. It's Dialga. It's a weird looking version of Dialga. I don't know what it's from. I don't remember it, and therefore we're choosing it because I like Dialga more than Palkia anyway. Plus, I think he doesn't have better typing, does he? I don't actually know. I don't know why I'm trying to overanalyze this. Anyway, Dark type Darkrai. He's one of the coolest mythicals I have ever seen. Oh, that wasn't Steel type. That was Rock type. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense, because, you know, Bonsly isn't made out of steel. I'm stupid. Alright, moving on. Steel type. I have no idea. I mean, this guy's just a Frisbee. Let's just choose him. And because I didn't choose him earlier, I can now go on to choose Mr. Mime Jr. for Fairy, which I didn't even realize he was Fairy type. I'll just go with Piplup because he's a cute little penguin, I guess. I'm noticing a trend. I have like water starters and then Charizard. There are some very interesting patterns that you will be able to derive from my favorite Pokemon, I'm sure. Someone will do that. Even though I didn't pick him, I think Mega Garchomp's Mega looks awesome. Favorite legendary, gotta be this, right? Right. I think he just looks the coolest out of all of them. And then my favorite in this gen altogether would have to be Weavile. Wait. It's gotta be either Weavile or Giratina, and I think it is Weavile just because of my shiny at this point. Alright guys, we're on to Gen 5. If you watched this far in the video, that means you probably like my content, so don't forget to like and subscribe. I just knocked down my own trash can, hang on. Alright, 5, what do we got? Whoa, there are a lot of normal types in this region. I think Rufflet looks funny. He's a funny little board. Of these guys, there are a lot of fire types in this region that I actually really like. Volcarona, awesome. Chandelure, awesome. Victini, awesome. Reshiram, a little less awesome, but I still like it. Out of all of them, though, I think I gotta go with Chandelure. It helped in a DLC playthrough, and I like it a lot. I don't like any of the starters from this region, also, just so everyone's aware. Keldeo, Resolute form. I just remember watching that movie, and it was actually really funny. And despite everyone who's going to be spamming the comments with Among Us, Fungus was a cool Pokemon when I started collecting Pokemon cards, and I like him very much. Of the electric types, I do enjoy Zekrom far more than Reshiram. Why did I say in the electric type? I like Zekrom a whole lot more than Thundurus. I mean, I like it more than Reshiram, but that's a fire type and not what I was talking about. Moving on. Ice type. I'm going to go with Ice Fire type. Mr. Whitekyurem. I keep knocking down my trash can. Hang on. Sorry about that. The only reason I'm going to choose... Why am I down here now? The only reason I'm choosing him as my Pokemon is for the sole reason of... He is the first EX that I got when collecting trading cards, and the first booster box thing. And while I ruined him partially in the washing machine so that he won't be sold, I was not going to sell him anyway because he's very cool looking. So, moving on to fighting type, I have a message. Okay. My friends are making fun of me. Wonderful. Don't you just love that when your friends make fun of you for failing to beat someone in Smash Bros? Okay. Moving on. Of the fighting types... Oh, I didn't even realize Emboar was a... I knew that, never mind. Meloetta is a fighting type? What? You sing! Do your words hurt? It's got some... Them be fighting words, I guess. Alright. That sounds so weird out of... Okay, whatever. Moving on. Erasing all of that from history. Terrakion. He's pretty cool looking. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I have a full art EX of him also. Of the poison types, Scolipede, I think, looks the best out of all the poison types, except for Fungus, because I like Fungus. And despite how many people would call me competitive scum, I'm going to choose Landorus T. Not because it's good, but because I actually really do enjoy the design and the idea behind it. I mean, I do have a shiny level 100 EV trained one that I use for VGC, but we're not going to talk about that. Moving on, flying types. Tornadus is cool, and I hate the Therian form of it. But you know what I don't hate the Therian form of? That's right, Emolga. Nope, there's no reasoning that I'm gonna give for that. I just chose it randomly. Psychic types, Victini. He's pretty cool. I mean, he's a little V-man with wings on his butt. Genesect has an amazing shiny and a great design. Plus, I watched that Genesect movie with Mewtwo far too much. There are new fossil Pokemon in this gen, which is just these guys. And of them, I like Archeops. There's no real reason. I mean, he just looks feathery. And his lore is pretty good. He's the first bird. Granted, it doesn't make sense, because, like, there are really a lot of legendary birds, and this regular Pokemon happens to be the first one. It doesn't make much sense. But I digress. Litwick is just a little cool not candy. You don't eat candles, Noah. No, it's a cool candle, so that's nice. Dragon type Haxorus, sick. It is so cool looking. Dark types. It's a draw. No, it's a draw between Zoroark and Bisharp, and I think it's got to go to Zoroark because, like, it looks really cool. Steel type, because I already chose Mr. Genesect down here, I'm gonna go with this person, Excadrill, because he also looks really cool. So, yeah. Moving on to Fairy type. I have zero clue, so I'm just gonna go with Cottony and move on. Of these guys, I really only care about Emboar because his shiny looks cool, and that's kind of it. Yeah, that's all. There are only 2 gimmick forms from this entire region. Oh, I guess it's not counting forms because, like, Zoroark has his form. Oh, unless they're counting... I don't think it does. Oh, whatever. So, I like Garbodor as G-Max, despite the fact that I'm still playing through Pokemon Sword. Legendary-wise, it's either Therian, Landorus, or Genesect, and I think I am going to go with Genesect, just, like, because of the shiny. The shiny looks so cool. And of everyone from this region, we will go with, it's Unova, it's probably an important one. I'm gonna go with my first ever, like, EX legendary kind of cool dude. Why are there so many forms? They added all the forms of Furfrou. Why? Why would they do that? I don't know, man. Oh, we're in X and Y territory. X and Y is when I started watching the anime, so I'm probably going to be heavily biased by that. But I will choose, these are only normal types. Heliolisk is a normal type? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Mega Pidgeot always looks really cool. I mean, I know he looks very similar to regular Pidgeot, but, like, it looks cool. Of these, I don't like many of the starters except for, of course, Greninja, because it's Greninja. Everyone likes Greninja. I will not get made fun of for my opinion of Greninja. It's not the only reason I like it, it's also really cool and it's in Smash Bros. Anyway, we would have probably either this Charizard, Mr. Charizard X, or Primal Groudon. And I'm going to choose Primal Groudon because I'm probably not going to choose it for ground. I don't know what the reason is, I'm just saying that. Water type wise, I would choose him, of course, but Mega Slowbro's right here, and I chose Mega Mewtwo a few minutes earlier, so I gotta go with him. Grass types, Go-Goat's pretty interesting, he's just like a goat, and that's kind of it. And I think Dedenne is probably one of, if not the best of the Pikachu remakes, other than maybe like Pachirisu. And that's, like, the only reason I'm choosing him. He's, like, one of the better ones. Of the ice types, I was fine when Avalugg got a regional form, but I don't think it's going over the regional forms, and therefore I'm going to go with Aurorus, because it's hard to pronounce if you are me, and that's it. And because I'm not having repeats, I am not going to choose Mega Mewtwo X. Instead, I will choose a Mega Blaziken, because he does have a cool Mega for a starter. Speaking of cool Megas, Beedrill. It sucks, but, like, I like its design. Ground type, easily Mega Swampert. I think it looks amazing. They included all the Vivillon. They included all the Furfrou and all the Vivillon. Are they going to include all the Alcremies, because they also have variants? Just because I watched the anime, I am going to go with Noivern, because Ash had a Noivern in that specific area. And this is Psychic types. And because I already chose this, these two are like the exact same except for like eye color, I think. Not going to choose them. I always thought that Mewtwo's was, or Mewtwo, sorry, Hoopa had a really cool, just regular form. I'm fine with his other one, but like, this one looks cool. And this Mega for Pinsir makes him look crazy. Like, I like it. Very clean. Of the rock types, I'm going to have to go with Mega Diancie, just because I just got one in Pokemon Go. And, I don't know, Mega Gengar looks pretty cool. Especially his shiny, which is just, like, bright white. What am I on? Dragon? Because I didn't choose him earlier, I'll just go Mega Charizard X. And, of course, Greninja will be chosen for the Dark type. And Steel, I would choose him, but I'm not going to because I already did choose him. And therefore Mega Lucario, again, because of the anime. Eternal Flower Floette. I'm kind of tempted to choose that, but at the same time, I really like Xerneas, and therefore Xerneas. Favorite starter, obviously Greninja. Wow, there are a lot of these. I already chose Mega Rayquaza, didn't I? I did not. Oh. How interesting. I will choose Mega Rayquaza then. That's awesome. My favorite legend of this region? Mega Rayquaza again. I mean, it looks so cool. And then my favorite in general from this region will have to be, I would say Mega Swampert, but I'm not going to say Mega Swampert. I'm going to say... Actually, hang on. I'm not going to choose gimmick forms for my favorite Pokemon. I haven't before, and I won't again. And therefore, I will be choosing Hoopa. Hoopa, you ask? Hoopa. For, like, zero reason. I don't really have a reason. Sun and Moon, one of the first Pokemon games that I played other than Coliseum, XD, Platinum, and Emerald. I played Ultra Moon. So, moving on. Oranguru, because I have a shiny one in Pokemon Go. I honestly should do a video where I just go through all my guys in Pokemon Go. Then I can stop mentioning all this stuff. Blaziken I thought was an interesting idea for an Ultra Beast, where it's just like, take off head, blow up, now you dead. Okay. And water types, Ash Greninja was so hype in the anime. Like, that was the peak of anime. The anime, like, not anime in general. I like Dragon Ball and My Hero and other animes. But still, Decidueye was my starter, so I'm very biased to him. And electric types, I don't know. Why is Hat Pikachu here? Hat Pikachu's been in like every gen. Zeraora looks really cool, and I don't know why they didn't make him a fighting type. Of these guys, I don't like any of them because it makes zero sense to have ice types in a tropical island paradise. Never understood that, so I'm just gonna choose Alolan Sandslash, move on. Fighting type, Marshadow, no contest. Poison type, Playpool or Naganadel. I think I'm gonna go with Naganadel because it's just a big purple bee. Or Hornet or something. You are not part of this gen. I know you were in the games for the gen, but you're not in this gen. So I'm not choosing you, just like how Ash Greninja was in this. Just shut up, me. Why am I saying that? This is just Diglett with hair, and therefore I'm choosing it. What? Oh, these guys are flying type, but he isn't because he's ghost. Yeah, okay. Steel, or flying type would be Celesteela because it makes zero sense. It's the heaviest Pokemon. How the heck can it fly? It's because rocket chips can fly, and they're really heavy. I'm answering my own questions and getting very annoyed at myself. My favorite of the... Oh, wow, there are a lot of Psychic types in this gen. Just because I played Ultra Moon, we're going to go with Dawn Wings. And of these guys, if you get his shiny, he's just a brick. And therefore, I'm going to choose him. Chargebug, I think. Another hype part of the anime, and honestly, around when I stopped watching... Midday, or not Midday. This one is Dawn form. Dawn form Lycanroc, which makes me confused on why they didn't bring back Dawn from the anime for this. Moving on. Ghost type, I already chose Marshadow and pretty much Lunala, so I'm just going to go with Mimikyu because it's Pikachu, but with a claw. I also do like Guzzlord because it's just like he eats things. That's his whole character. It's the entire Pokemon. He just eats things like Snorlax. Of the dark types, I think he's cool. I don't like that they put him in Smash because he's very annoying. Steel types, Melmetal, you should not be in this region either. I don't think you were in Ultra. You were not in Ultra Moon, and therefore you should not be here. And therefore, I'm going to be choosing Magearna, who was in the past gen, technically in Kalos, but, like, restored form, very cool. Moving on, we have all fairy types, including Dead Mimikyu. I know that's when it gets hit the first time because of its ability and blah, 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 blah. I will be going with, Tapu Koko, I guess, probably. Yeah. We'll just go with that. Favorite starter, obviously him. Chose him for my starter, and whoa. Oh, they do variant forms, or like, regional forms, sorry. I'm stupid. I thought this was overhyped as a boss battle. I thought people on the internet, I read this after I'd done the battle, but like, I easily went through that battle. I one-shot the Pokemon. My Pokemon were very over-leveled at that point. Because it was before the league, but my Pokemon were like level 70s and 80s, so it was not that hard. My favorite of the legendaries for this region, that are actually legendaries, box art legendary. I was so excited when I got that for Christmas. Y'all have no idea. That was like a 3DS and copy of Pokemon Ultra Moon was like my one thing on that wish list for that Christmas. My favorite out of all of them, gotta be like Zeraora or Marshadow, probably. I'm gonna go with Marshadow because I think he looks cooler. Alright, here we are, Gen 8. The one that got away, or the one that I haven't really played. I haven't played through it fully. Hisuian Zoroark looks awesome. Fire types, I don't know. Arcanine was pretty cool, and it was a fun boss battle, even if I did almost lose. Oh, I love her, Urshifu. I always mispronounce it. I don't know if it's Urshifu or Urshifu, but I'm going to call it Urshifu for the parts of this video. I don't like this form of Urshifu, though. I like the other one, so I'm going to go with Cramorant with a Pikachu in its mouth, which has always been very funny to me. I don't like Calyrex that much. I don't like that much. That's hilarious. I'm just going to go with Zarude with a ribbon. I don't know what that's about, but like, sure. Why does Regieleki look so weird? Oh, that's cursed. I will go with Chonkachu. Ice types, Galarian Mr. Rhyme, top notch. Comedian Pokemon, very funny. Pun intended. But for this, we gotta go with Urshifu. I already messed it up. You get the point, okay? Poison type, I don't know, what Eternatus, I don't really like any of them. Ground type, of these, and I don't like most of them, I'll just go Ursaluna. This is flying type. Hisuian Braviary looks awesome, but what the heck is up with that Corviknight? Does Corviknight get a Gigantamax? Is that the Gigantamax Corviknight? I actually don't know. I'm gonna go with Galarian Articuno because I think it looks really hype. And it looks like Chuck from Angry Birds Space. That's the yellow one, except he gets like a suit. And I don't know if anyone's ever played that, but that's like one of my favorite Angry Birds games. What is this? Psychic? What the heck type? Oh no. Yeah, I am on Psychic. Okay, I'm like losing it. Hisuian Braviary looks so much better than the original Braviary that I love it. That's a stupid one. That's stupid. That's fine. I'm gonna go with Cleavor because he has literal axes for hands. This was a big upgrade from the last version of him. Sorry, my voice is giving out because my hot chocolate has not cooled yet. Calyrex Shadow Rider is pretty cool, but I do like, it's gonna come to me. Dragapult. That took too long. I know that many people did not like the forms that Dialga and Palkia got. I like Dialga's. I think it looks cool. I know that he's got a weird thing in his throat and really tall for zero reason, but like, still. Because I already chose Urshifu, I'm gonna go with Galarian Moltres because it has a cool color scheme and because I have it in Pokemon Go. I used my Master Ball on it and regretted it like immediately until I saw that it is perfect PvP IVs. Anyway, Crowned Sword Zacian looks pretty cool. Fairy type, Enamorus was stupid. That's pretty much all I have to say. Grimmsnarl, but tall is cool. Starters out of all these, that was so cool to play with. Just this version of Decidueye, which was the region before, very awesome. Especially because it was like original ancient Japan. Oh wow, there are a lot of these. I'm just going to choose my favorite Gigantamax form because the regional forms I'm not counting. So we're just going to go with him. I'm not counting regional forms in all these, right? Yeah, I'm not. Okay, good. Just making sure. Legend out of all of these, I'm going to go with Dialga. I think he is the coolest looking that Dialga has ever been, and I really like Dialga. So, out of all of them, I think I do have to go with one of these two, and because I already have enough meme Pokemon, I am going to choose Urshifu. So here we are, Gen 9, and then I choose all my favorites, and we're done. So I hope that everyone's been enjoying the video, because we're almost done. This is a game that I've probably played more than any other than like Coliseum. So, of them, Dunsparce, hilarious. I know that many people were hoping for a dragon, and I still would have liked it if it was a dragon. That is so funny, though, that he just gets an extra segment. I think next region, they give him another evolution, and it can have 4 or 5 segments, and I think that would be very funny. Ceruledge is very cool. Very, very, very cool. Water types, I think that looks weird, but Walking Wake is awesome. You cannot convince me otherwise. They added Ogerpon! I love Ogerpon. I'm choosing it. I didn't realize they added Pokemon that aren't even released yet. That's in the Indigo Disc. Huh. Electric type, because of how annoying you are to evolve, I'm not choosing this. I will choose Miraidon because I was considering buying Violet before I bought Scarlet. I didn't, but, yeah, that's a little story. It's a very bad story, I'm aware. Baxcalibur, he's a cool pseudo-legendary. I like him. I did not really enjoy many of these guys, but because he carried me through, like, my playthrough, I'm just gonna go with Iron Valiant. I know that sounds weird, but I surprise traded, like, right before the league, just because I had underleveled Pokemon and I just needed someone stronger, so he carried me through that in the post-game, like, with Area 0, because he was, like, level 90-something. And now he's level 100, I think, actually. Clodsire is very close to my friend the Quag. Ground type. I thought that this was really cool. Great Tusk. Very interesting and cool Pokemon. Flying types. I don't know what they were thinking with Iron Jugulis, but Flamigo, which is just a flamingo. Very hilarious. Psychic types. The new Cobalion looks really cool. Bug types. Slitherwing is also very cool. Rock types. It's just a rocky crab. Rock lobster. Sorry, I had to do it. Goldango is so annoying to get, so I'm not saying anything about him. Instead, I'll say Poltergeist, because I haven't found that, but it's a cool design, and I didn't really like the first ones, and it made me like this more. Roaring Moon, I had to put him on here somewhere. You guys, like, I would have gotten hated if I did not put him. I like the Fiery Fish. He's just a goldfish, except he's fire. And his shiny looks awesome. Steel type, I will say Kingambit. I think that Bisharp deserved a evolution from like a while back, and considering that it's a very solid evolution with a great ability, just cements it further. I'm gonna go with Fluttermane here because I like the little wing thingies coming out of his head. It does definitely portray a fluttering mane. My favorite of the starters, I chose Sprigatito / Masquerada for my playthrough, but I have grown to like, this guy, Skeledirge, more. Took me a second to think of his name. They only have regional forms since all the... Okay, there are no gimmick forms in this, so I gotta choose one of them. Wugtrio is hilarious, so I'm just gonna go with him and move on. Legendaries, Terapagos looks so cool, but considering that I have it right now, I'm gonna go with Ogerpon. And that's kinda it. My favorite out of this entire region... Oh, I could have chosen Walking Wake there, since I also like Walking Wake, but, favorite out of this whole region has to be Walking Wake. I very much enjoy it as a Pokemon, and while I haven't used it on any of my stream teams, I still have it. It's cool. Normal type, I'm choosing Zoroark. He's my favorite of them. He just looks so cool. Fire type, Primal Groudon. There's literally no contest there. Oh no! Oh no, Mudkip. I'm sorry. And slow. Okay. The Quag is my favorite, unfortunately, for them. Grass types, if it wants to open. There we go. Ogerpon I like a lot. Sorry, it's 100% female. Sure, she's very cool. It's between Zeraora and Zekrom, and I'm gonna go with Zeraora because he was really cool when he was released. I really am running out of voice, so I gotta finish this quick. Alright, Ice-type, Weavile. Well, actually, wait. Oh, no. I can't decide between these Pokemon. They're, like, some of my favorites ever. Dude, this is crazy hard. That sounded so weird. Okay, well, whatever. We're doing it anyway. I'm going to choose Galarian Mr. Rime because I find him very funny. Of these, I gotta go with Urshifu. And out of these, Clodsire. Out of the ground types, I am gonna go with Swamp... Well, wait. I like Mega Swampert more than regular Swampert. Shadow Lugia. There's literally no contest there. Out of the psychic types, I'm gonna go with Speed Form Deoxys because he is really cool looking. Bug type, Genesect. Rock type, T-Tar, I guess. I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to speed this up because I actually have to get someone to drink, and this is still not cool, so I'm going to go put it in the fridge. Altered form, Giratina still looks sweet. Dragon types, please reveal, thank you. And I know, despite everyone hating him, I like this Dialga. Dark types, Umbreon, I like Umbreon more. Steel, obviously, with the Metagross. Fairy type, I still think it's going to be Togepi. He's really funny. And starter-wise, definitely Mudkip. Like, there's literally no contest there. Gimmick form. I don't know. Because, like, I love this one. I love this one. And I love that one. And then, to a lesser extent, I like Mega Rayquaza. And I don't know why Wugtrio's here. He's just here. I'm gonna go with Mega Mewtwo X because I think he has the coolest design and most interesting of the typings. My favorite legendary in general, I think it's gonna go to Speed Form Deoxys because, like, he's really cool. And then my favorite overall Pokemon is, of course, the Quag! The king of the channel. I honestly should just change my entire thing to Quag. Favorite regional bird? I don't know, Rookie D is a little orb. Favorite mammal, Lechonk looks funny. Favorite regional bug, I don't really like any of them, but I guess Grubbin, I don't know. Favorite pseudo, very clearly Metagross, but I'm going to go with regular Metagross. Favorite Pika clone, I actually just went over this earlier in the video. Mimikyu counts. I'm going to go with Pachirisu, he's got the world champ difference. Eevee Evolution, Umbreon. Favorite fossil, oh, there are way more than I remember. I like Archeops, because the ones from Galar make 0 sense. Favorite regional form, I think it's gonna have to be, Articuno, sorry. Gigantamax, oh, that is a Gigantamax. Huh. What do you know? Gotta be Urshifu. Favorite baby, Togepi, very obviously. Favorite box art, legendary. Ooh. Shadowlugia. Favorite mythical. Yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thought? Favorite Ultra Beast? I don't know, man. Guzzlord, because he's got his mouth open constantly. Favorite Paradox, Walking Wake. Favorite type? I don't know. I mean, I like a lot of good Psychic types, so that. Favorite Pokeball? I think the Origin Ball has a really cool, look. I don't know about Spinda. I have zero clue. We'll just go with that. Favorite Vivillon? One of them looks like the sun setting, doesn't it? Yeah, this one. I like that one. Favorite Alcremie? We'll just go with the blue. Oh, I get to choose everything. Blue, purple. Yeah. Favorite new evolution? They don't have the new version of Ursaluna, which I find interesting. I really like him. And I hope that all of you have enjoyed this video. See you next time. Remember, these are only my opinions. And don't forget to like and subscribe.